What's up, guys? You're watching the Quest, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. Robert, your bills are late and you don't care, Vasquez. What's up, guys? We're out here for episode 18. It is May 14th, 2021, and I got food waiting on me because I'm real hungry. Robert, real hungry. Too many nicknames. What's up, guys? We're out here on a Friday night. I did not go to the Comedy Zone last night because apparently there's a gas shortage. Why? Why do you guys gotta do it with the gas? Why you guys gotta do it with the toilet paper? I heard there's a shortage on cat food. Just had to order him like $60 worth of cat food. Anyways, I got a story for you guys. And when I would tell stories to my dad, he would be like, "Who? What? Start from the beginning." So I had to be very specific about my stories. So I don't know how specific this story is going to be. But I got a club story for you guys. So I recorded the podcast last Friday on Imprint Jones' birthday. Shout out Imprint Jones. And then Saturday, Miranda and I get asked to go out with our favorite couple, Jacob and Jillian. Well, not by Jacob because he doesn't really interact. He's really MIA when it comes to texts or calls. Love you, Jay. Jillian reaches out. She's like, let's just go out. Let's just go out. So we go out and we get guacamole. It's some real good Mexican food. Shout out to guacamole. And then it's TBD. Like, what are we gonna do now? So I get recommended by or from Carlos to go to Ink and Ivy. And this is a spot in downtown Greenville. Super cool 3-floor club, nightclub, restaurant, whatever you want to call it. And the first floor is like a casual, like B-dubs or like Buffalo Wild Wings. And then the second floor, it's got a DJ, but then it's booths. It's like DJing for a Denny's. What the fuck's up, Denny's? Dude. And then the third floor is this nightclub. So it's all four of us, and we got belly full of Mexican. And so we go up to the, second floor automatically because the first floor is dead. Second floor, Jillian's like, it's kind of dead up here. Like, there's a DJ, but he's just, it's the second floor DJ. The third floor DJ is where it's at. So we go up to the third floor, and the bodyguards are there. The security is there. And they're just like scoping us out. There's four of us, and they're like, "Yeah, y'all can come in." There was some controversy at the beginning, but he was like, "Yeah, there's enough room." Dude, there was like 20 people in there. He was dead. So he's looking at us, and he lets us in, but he's like, "Oh, brother, you can't wear that hat." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So like I take it off, and then I put it back on once I get in. He's like, "Oh, no, you can't wear it, period." And I'm like, "Oh, I got a weapon under here or something." Anyways, so I take the hat off, and I tuck it in my I tuck it in my waistband, and so we're just dancing, we're grooving and stuff. That's not my scene, man. We were shoulder to shoulder. It was very uncomfortable. You got to see the guys on the prowl, like the dude. My favorite is like the double cup walk from the bar. They're just like, yeah. Dude, no way, dude. So we're at the club. It's a club scene. It's like, everybody. Dude. And I told you guys about my club scene phase, like back when I was 8. Shout out to Boomerangs. I wasn't over it, but it was weird, like seeing everybody like interact. I don't know. You had the guys that would stand with the drinks, or just like fucking stand in the corner, just like watching it. Dude, keep your fucking tongue in your mouth, dude. That's disgusting. And I don't know, you see people like that, and they're traveling in packs, and so I call that like the goof troop. Like, you can obviously tell when there's just a bunch of goofy dudes or a bunch of goofy people together, And you're like, oh, that's a good dude. There was a wedding reception. There was a guy in a full suit, and then the bride, she was like dancing around drunk. There was a wedding reception at this place. There's fucking drinks and ice all on the floor, dude. Get the yeah, dude. Get out of here, dude. So we're in the club, and Miranda's got this look on her face, and she's like, I don't want to be here. We all do. And Jillian's like, you just need more drinks. You need more drinks. And so, no, we need to get the fuck out of there. So about 2 hours go by. I feel like it was 8 hours, but 2 hours go by, and we're just not feeling it. 20 people turned into 60 people real fast, turned into 80 people. And so I'm like, all right, we're going. And everybody's fine with that. And so I try to go out the way we came in, and I tap on this guy's back. This big guy. Just big guy, big security guard. I'm like, hey, brother, is this the way you get out? And he's like, no. And he just goes back to talking to, I'm like, well, how do I get out of here? Because I'm about to freak out. Like, I'm not about to harm anybody. I'm just about to spaz out because I can't move. And so we finally get the directions on the way out, go down to the second floor, cash out, leave the club. Fun times, dude. Fun times. Didn't stop there. So we're walking, and we go to Greenville's waterfall. Very pretty. Very beautiful scene if you go there at 1 a.m. after leaving the club. I love people watching. But we were out on the bridge, and so we're making our way back to the car because it's cold. I didn't bring a jacket because I knew that we would be in a club, and they already didn't let me wear my hat. And so we're making our way back, and we walk past this group of people. It's this girl standing up, and these like 2 to 3 people sitting on the bench just somewhere random in Greenville. And they look like they're getting scolded. And this is from far away. And this is just my perception, and I have nothing else to go off of except for this. We walk past this group of people, and we hear from the girl standing up. We hear, it wasn't a miscommunication. Y'all just can't communicate. Dude. What? And so she said that, and it wasn't 2 seconds after she said that I said, ha! We're just innocent bystanders walking past, and Miranda was like, Robert, like she couldn't even hold it in, right? And so I did that because you don't let dumb people think that or don't let dumb people be dumb. Hey, Robert, get this saying right. But in that moment where I laughed or chuckled or ha, her friends that she was scolding knew, like, okay, like, we're not the only ones that think this bitch is crazy. Like, this is why we don't invite you, Jessica. Yes, it wasn't a miscommunication. We just didn't hit you up. You got left behind on a Saturday night. Probably because you act the way you acting. Come on, man. Don't be a cumsock, man. If your friends want to invite you out, they'll invite you out. And so we keep walking up the road, and there's this restaurant, and there's this ruckus happening. I reckon. So I'm like, all right, we don't want to be right next to the ruckus. Let's walk across the street. And so we walk across the street. We wait on the light. Jillian and Jacob weren't really adamant about waiting. They want to walk when the fucking orange hand is up. And I'm like, no, don't do that. And they're like, what? You pussy? No. I just obey laws. So I wait for the little white guy. And so I start walking, or we start walking, and we cross the street, and there's this lady cop, and she walks across the street, and she busts into this restaurant because of the ruckus. And so we're all standing around waiting for the drama before we head back to the car, and there's nothing going on. Lady Cub walks back out, and I notice that she's walking across the street, and the orange hand's up. So, you know me. If you don't know me by now, we're 18 episodes deep. I'm like, ooh, you jaywalking? Dude. And she looks at me and she smiles a little bit and she goes, who's going to write me a ticket? Tyrannical. Super tyrannical. So I start laughing. I do my little high pitched laugh and she smiles and she gets back in her car and everybody's like, Robert, what the heck? What? Who's the pussy now? What's up? Anyways, let's go down to the imprint of the week. Shout out to Imprint Jones. That was my club story, guys. I don't usually go out, but when I do go out, it's raw. What you see is what you get, you know? Shout out to Imprint Jones. If you had Jay-Z money and could afford a sneaker collection that was accessible to any superhero universe, whose famous shoes would you have in your closet? I thought about this a little bit, and the number ones, I'm going with Batman 1989 Jordans. The Jordans that they turned into bat boots that went up to the, oh, dude. Yes, dude. The Batman 1989 Jordans. Sick-ass black Jordans. Then I'm going with the Goku boots. I don't know. You said superhero, but, you know, Goku's a superhero, you know? So Goku boots, I know them bitches weigh like 90 kg, but I'm down. I like high tops. And then the Marty McFly Air Mags. I don't know if you consider Marty McFly a hero. He went back in time and, you know, he did his thing with Doc. He had like 3 movies. Come on. He's a hero, right? Shout out to Imprint Jones. I'm only rocking with the fictional high tops. We out here. On to the question. If you met your hero, would they like you? Now this one's a little tricky for me because I don't have many heroes and my hero is no longer with us. So if you were to talk about like the Hollywood world, the acting world is what I call it. If you were to talk about that, I really liked 2 comedians that are now canceled. Shout out to Chris D'Elia and Brian Callen. So when you talk about heroes, I mean, I could say Joe Rogan. I don't know. I don't know if Joe Rogan would like me. He'd be like, "Do you hunt?" I never been hunting a day in my life, Joe. Do you train? Oh, I would love to train. I don't have a lot of time. You don't have time to train? Yeah, I know where this is going. So I don't know, man. James Franco. I feel like James Franco would think I was weird. I don't have a lot of heroes. Rob Dyrdek, Travis Pastrana, those guys back in the day, they were my heroes. Just because they were like just action superstars, like UFC fighters. Conor McGregor, Habib Nurmagomedov. I don't know if those guys would like me. I'm a likable guy. I'm just an acquired taste. I gotta get to know you so I know what's funny around you. I've taken the bullet a couple times. Just because, I don't know, they were like, so this is Robert? This is that funny guy you were telling me about? And I'm either just super shy and I'm not funny, or I'm not their cup of tea. And it just... Anyways, would my hero like me? Over time. But if I have one impression, I don't know, man. I'm the guy that parents like because I sit in the corner and I'm quiet. So if I have multiple meetings with this person, possibly. But if I have just one, like I met Danny McBride in a Charleston Starbucks one time. I feel bad because I didn't even know his name. I looked at him and I was like, who is that guy? Who's that guy? And I typed in on my phone Tropic Thunder, or Tropic Thunder Cast, and it popped up Danny McBride. I was like, that's Danny McBride. And I was telling my girlfriend at the time, I was like, that's Danny McBride. And she's like, well, we'll go say hey to him. I'm like, I can't just go up and say hi. But I was like, well, let me go try. So I get behind him in line. I'm like, hey man, and I kind of tap him. I nudge him. I'm like, are you Danny McBride? And he's like wearing sunglasses, and he goes, yeah man, yeah I am. I got him. Like, and apparently he teaches down in Charleston, like he's a teacher and stuff. And he like accepted defeat, and he's like, yeah man, yeah I am. And he goes and he shakes my hand, and I don't say hi. I was like, hey, I said, hey. I was like, hey man, are you Danny McBride? And he's like, yeah man, yeah I am. And he shakes my hand, and then I'm like, oh, and I don't even remember what happened next. I just like pulled out my phone camera, and I just like, I hope I said like, can I get a picture? And he was like, yeah, but I don't even remember. So I just pull up my phone, and we just take a picture there. And that's the only meet and greet I ever had, and he doesn't even remember me. So I feel like that's how it will go with a lot of my heroes. Like, on to the unlocking memories slash unlock on. Blah, blah, blah. Hey man. On to the unlocking memories. Oh god. It says pissing on a car that said in loving memory. Okay, so it used to be the four of us: Kevin, Nick, Jordan, and myself. And we used to be called Da Boys. Da Boys. And we just went on heinous adventures because that's what we did. Kevin was the only one with like a car, like all the time. And Nick was the social butterfly. And Jordan was the kid that was down to do whatever. And I was the straggler, the fourth wheel. I was the kid that wanted to hang out with the cool guys. And those are my cool guys. I didn't skip school with them. I didn't go on every single adventure. But we went to the Westgate Mall in Spartanburg. And we were driving from Gaffney, of course. So it's not a long drive. 30 minutes if there's traffic. And I got to go to the bathroom super bad. Super duper bad. Like where you can feel like if your bladder. Okay. This is a good analogy. So have you seen the people filling up the trash bags with gasoline? And they get it all the way full and then they tie it off. That's what my bladder was like when we got in the car. And they're like, bro, you sure you don't want to go? And I'm like, no, it's fine. And this is before 85 was all fucked up. Interstate 85. And so we're going, and I gotta go so bad. I gotta so bad, dude. And I'm in the back seat. And this is a coupe. So my knees are up. And I gotta piss. So bad, dude. And they're just talking to me. Kevin's like driving, and he's a good driver, just not a very like Paul Walker driver. Like he's just gonna take his time. He's in a Cavalier. It's he could say what he wants. It's not a fast car. And I don't even remember what we were talking about, but we finally pull up to the Westgate Mall, right? And I'm like, I can't even make it inside. Like I'm gonna go. Like they're all like doing the water thing and like trying to like get it out of me. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not pissing my pants. And so I bust out of the back seat. And there's this red, I want to say it was a Miata, but it definitely had a back to it, probably like a Cobalt or something. And it's red, and I just get out, and I start, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the bumper sticker or like the back window sticker of the kid, like with the piss stream on like the Yankees or the Red Sox or whatever he's pissing on. That was me. I was just so relieved to get it out of me. I just stream up and I start pissing on the back window of this car. So rude. So 15 years old, so rude. I couldn't just piss on their tire or something. Kevin didn't want me pissing on his car, obviously. So I stream up, fucking reading rainbow. I start pissing on his car, right? And so I get done, stream dies down, zip, button. I'm out. I'm in the clear, dude. I'm in the clear. Now we can walk into the mall. It's kind of dark. The lights are on. It's probably about 7, 8 o'clock at night. Not too late. Mall's about to close. Yeah, I don't even remember why we went, but the dirty deed is done. And so we start walking in, and I walk around this car that I want to say defecated on, but I feel like that's got to do with fecal matter. But I just streamed all in this car, and then I walk around, and it says, "In loving memory." And I want to say that it said like Pop Pop or something. I used to know the guy's name by heart because it affected me that bad. I'm not saying I let it go. But that's the reason for the Vasquez curse that is today. Can't catch a break because I pissed on a car. No. I love my life, man, and I feel really bad, and I feel like karma's gotten me back tenfold for that moment. Shout out to them. If you've ever walked out of the mall and you had urine on your car, I'm super sorry, dude. Fucking no. Dude. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. This has been episode 18 with the Vasquez curse. Dude, we're out here on a Friday night. It's May 14th, 2021. And I fucking love Zevia. Who are you out here with? Who the fuck you out here with? Yo. Oh, you're jaywalking. You're out here with Robert. Your bills are late and you don't care, Vasquez. See you guys later.